Hello, everyone, and welcome. It's Wednesday, October 28th, and this is the Topher Spin Meteorites Hangout. We have it every week. We have the usual bunch of suspects. A couple of us just got back. As you can see, I have my metal detector, my brand new metal detector. Thank you, Eric Rasmussen. So I have my new gold bug metal detector, and that's going to be kind of like the subject we're going to default to today when we don't have show and tell actively going. Kind of like the default subject is going to be meteorite hunting and the pain that comes with it. So I will go to anyone who wants to talk. We had a few of us in the group here actually on the hunt. Kevin Witts as well as Pat Brown were both on the hunt with me this weekend, and we were in Franconia, Arizona. There for about 3 days and got skunked.
Really?
Christian was there too.
Who's that? Oh, Christian, absolutely. Yeah, the windows are switching all around. Yeah, Christian Rahal.
Matthew Stream also.
Sorry?
Matthew Stream.
Oh, is he on with us? Yeah, Matthew Stream was there. And we also had Randy Dyer join us out there for the hunt. We didn't find any meteorites, but I found some cool stuff. The ground is so rich in iron. Let me show you what I was able to collect out there. Look at this baggie. Does anyone know what that is?
Meteorite.
Magnetite.
It is 100% small little pieces of iron. The ground is full of it. And you can see how small they are. See against my finger? They are absolutely tiny, and the ground is hot with the stuff. So this is what we are dealing with. Every time we put our metal detector in the ground, we're getting readings of this stuff. I was able to bring a bunch home and clean it and turn it into a bag of this Franconia iron. Let me see if I can stop sharing this screen. Yeah, so that was a challenge for us out there. Is constantly all the rocks out there were hot rocks, pretty much. All the meteorites have been picked through. We didn't have a whole lot of luck, but I did get a bag of this stuff, which I think is pretty cool because when you clean it up, it's pure iron. You can use it for science experiments with kids and stuff.
We used to call those iron filings with kids.
Let me show you the one thing I did find out there that could be an iron meteorite. This is the best thing I think that we found that I have not been able to dismiss this yet. And the thing about it is I probably have rockhound fever. So I'm really looking for honest opinion. Hey, Matt Stream just joined us. Thanks, Matt.
What's up, guys?
Yeah.
Hey, Matt.
Hey, Matt.
So this is kind of what I brought back as my best case scenario meteorite. Please be brutally honest.
Look like chondrules.
It looks like chondrules.
It looks like it's got a little rollover lip
Yeah, it does.
and oriented.
Yeah, I think that's worth either cutting or sanding a flat spot on.
The thing about it, though, it does not react to a magnet like an H5. It reacts like an iron. Watch this.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Too small.
I mean, that is iron, man.
Yeah. It's too
That's
small.
I can do this all day, guys. No, but if you look at it, it looks, I like the surface of it. But what's really weird is on the backside, it looks like it has chondrules, but there are no chondrules and irons.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So this is the
Top.
best thing I was able to find out there, and not able
The
to.
top looks a little frothy. That froth to it.
Yeah. So if anyone knows iron meteorites better than me, I would love to get their feedback on what may be Franconia iron. Let me change the view real quick.
Matt picked up one or two that were interesting looking as well, that appeared to be solid metal.
Who did?
Matt.
Oh, well, maybe we can compare them, Matt. Yeah, Matt Stream of Streaming Meteorites was out there with us, and well, we had a blast, all except for the last morning.
We were blasted off.
It was,
Literally.
Heavy winds.
yeah, Christian and Matt actually spent the night in their tents, or levitating off the ground in their tents. Their tents were migrating as they were sleeping, and they were getting out of their bed, out of their tents at like 3 o'clock in the morning. I heard them pounding more tent dikes into the ground. And meanwhile, I had given up on the tent. I was sleeping in the car by this time.
You were smart.
Yeah, it was the recorded winds were like 55 and 60 miles an hour on the freeway, and we were in the middle of the desert. So I think someone's mentioned 70, and I think that would probably be accurate. It was ridiculously crazy out there.
In California,
Wow.
about 20 miles north of me, they had 96-mile-an-hour gusts. I mean, that's like hurricane level 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, we I drove back about 2 o'clock on Sunday afternoon, and the winds were pretty much epic. One of the guys reported that the next day there was a tractor trailer rig on its side.
That was a lot.
Along the road. But yeah, with my van, it's not a high top, it's a normal height one, but still acts like a pretty darn good sail. And after got back, one of the reasons I bailed was they had a red flag warning here, so very, very low humidity, high wind gusts, and there were wind gusts on one of the peaks not far away from here that exceeded 100 miles an hour.
Oh,
So that's pretty serious stuff. There was one small fire that was started, but they jumped right on it. They had fire engines at every intersection pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, so when we were meteorite hunting, the Osiris-Rex guys were dealing with a different problem than we had. They got too much stuff in the basket, and their mylar flap didn't close, and so I haven't heard. We all made bets about how many grams they might have collected, but they did not do the experiment that they were going to do to swing the spacecraft around to see how much torque it took to spin it up and back calculate a mass, because with the mylar flap hanging open, they were losing material every time they moved the thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they got it in the return capsule.
Oh, yeah.
And the return.
Yeah, it's actually seated in their flush now. And the next thing they need to do is detach and detach the SAM arm or whatever it is off of the canister, and then they close the lid. Oh yeah.
Right. Yeah, they were a little concerned about the gasket on the lid of, if you got rocks floating around in the air in microgravity.
Apparently, we had all guessed around, I had guessed around 330. Someone else said 600. But they'd be happy if they had captured just 30 grams according to their design specifications. 30 to 60 grams, somewhere around that. So they have a lot.
my hope is that they got a lot and the door was kept, the valve or flap was kept from shutting because of the large material.
Yeah.
Not that it was impeded just because there was one large stone and the sample wasn't able to be collected. But I don't think that was the issue. I mean, you see all the debris around the collection container, and every movement they made with it would just shake little bits of dust and dirt and collected sample off. So imagine if they spun that around a few times, how much they would have ejected.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's why they didn't do that move. But there were a number of videos on YouTube that gave little bits and pieces of the story. Scott Manning's video I thought was really quite good. So if there's one to watch about
Manly
sample collection, it would be that one. Yeah.
Yeah, Scott
And,
Manley.
yeah.
Fly safe.
He actually lives not too close from me here, someplace in northern Marin County, and I'm in kind of southern Sonoma County.
Yeah, he is extremely knowledgeable and detail oriented when it comes to talking about the science behind the spacecrafts or the math behind one particular subject. So he's really interesting to watch, Scott Manley. Plus, I love his sign off, "Fly safe," with his accent. Yeah.
I do have to show off my Osiris-Rex swag here. I ordered this off of eBay, and it got like 3 days. So, exclamation patch. And then Tober, ready? We have the meteorite of the week that we'll guess on, and we'll do a little science on it as well. So back to you, Tober.
Absolutely, that's cool. Yeah, every week Pat Brown gives us a meteorite to guess the weight on, and last week I think it was Grant was off by 9 grams, only 9 grams. So I was super impressed. Before we move off of the conversation of Franconia and awesome people, I want to show you something that an awesome person gave to me. This is what we were looking for out in Franconia. This is a beautiful specimen, a 5.6 gram specimen. The finder on it was Terry Scott, pretty accomplished Arizona hunter, or just Midwest, Southwest hunter. But this is what we were looking for out there. And this was given to me by my good friend, Matt Stream of Streaming Meteorites, who went on the hunt with us. And
very nice.
Yeah, blew me away. As soon as we got the campsite set up, he's like, "Hey, thanks for organizing the hunt. Here's what you're looking for." I'm like, awesome. Yeah. So that was a beautiful surprise from a nice guy. And I definitely appreciate that.
Well, you're welcome, Topher.
Yeah. And for me, as I gave my 5 S's of meteorite valuation, one of them is story. So think about how valuable this puppy is for me because of the story involved in it. I got it out in the field from a friend of mine while we were hunting for that exact meteorite. Yeah, pretty special to me. I totally appreciate it. I haven't been able to get it all labeled and put aside yet, but I do have it marked as a gift. So
awesome.
Yeah.
I'll get you a COA card from me as well. I didn't have that on hand.
Absolutely.
So
that's so cool.
In your next package.
Yeah. And there's the man himself, Matt Stream. We don't see him very often, but he's going to be joining us more, I have a feeling.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we did get skunked, but the trip really was quite good, even though I kind of bagged out on the last day there. But a lot of good chats around the campsite, and I think we all learned a bunch of metal detector skills. So this was just a training exercise for when we go out and hit the mother lode.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think the thing that I enjoyed that made me laugh the most was we're out at night on the strewn field, just kind of bull crapping, and guys are bidding on eBay on meteorites. That's the best thing ever.
So true.
Yeah,
So
the
true.
cell coverage on the strewn field was spectacular because the interstate runs right across the strewn field.
Yeah, we had great cell coverage.
Yeah.
Just for the record, I did something. I'm usually pretty captive to my phone because of both my careers are commission only. And it's very rare for me to take a vacation and literally ignore my phone. But as the boys and men will attest, I ignored my phone for 5 days and I could not have been happier. I was not bidding on eBay out there. I'm the guy who fell over backwards over the fire pit because I was stargazing.
Yes, you did.
And Sunday morning, I got up really early. I slept right out on the cot, and I got up really early. And Matt got up a little bit after me, and I hear the tent unzip, and he's like, "I sold something." Sunday morning, overnight, he got a hit on something on his website, so he was very happy about that.
I also woke up and I had drinking a little bit of whiskey that night and forgot that I had made an offer on a Baja slice. So I woke up and won that as well. So it all worked out.
While I was out there, Matt did remind me, oh, look, I got a notification. You owe me money on eBay. I was like, dude, come on, leave me alone. Eat a hot
You
dog.
pay me whenever.
We also decided as a group that we were going to run Christian up on whatever he bid on. So we were just going to run his
Nice guys.
bids up just to be jerks.
Well, the first night we were there, we look up in the sky and it's kind of cloudy, hazy cloud. And we're like really bummed because we want to do some stargazing. And as soon as you walk away from the light of the campsite, you see the halo around the moon, and it was just obviously and beautiful seeing this halo, and it lasted for like 3 hours, and then the clouds cleared to the most amazing, spectacular display of stars I have seen in a long ass time. I seriously just got, like, my neck was sore. I was just standing there like this for like 45 minutes, and that's how I fell over the fire pit. But I saw, the group collectively saw 18 shooting stars.
Wow.
I saw 13 of them. And the last one I saw almost made me crap my pants. It was so gorgeous. It was really super bright and orange, and it was bright and then lowered down. So it skipped off the atmosphere and re-entered. It was a double whammy. I loved it. Everyone was laughing at me for screaming in the middle of the desert, though.
Yeah, I think that's about
the most excited I've ever seen.
hopping around.
Yeah. Hey, well, I live in right, I'm connected in Chandler to Phoenix Valley. It's just light pollution overflow. It's just ridiculous. And I also live in the backyard of a emergency hospital that has their own landing pad, so it's all lit up. So there's no stargazing from my backyard at all. So it's something I miss. And when I go out into the desert where there's no light pollution, nothing at all except you and the stars, you really hope to have a clear night. And the first night was the best. It was amazing.
We were blessed. Yes.
It was fun. And I also see we got, Mr. John Higgins from Outer Space Rocks has joined us today. Let me see here. I want to show something that I got as a gift from someone. I don't know if they're in here or not. No, this is a gift that I got today from Brett Joseph, a fellow collector.
Here.
And
Brett's here.
Is he here?
Sure.
Oh, hey, Brett. Yeah, I got a really nice note today from Brett thanking me for the hard work I do on my YouTube channel. And I was blown away. I mean, especially after the weekend I had, when you give away a personal find, okay, you have my full attention. Because if I found anything, man, it was $10,000 a gram. But look at this arrowhead, Native American arrowhead.
Nice
I
one.
mean, I do not collect anything like this, but I do have a mineral display cabinet that has a few like teeth and stuff in it. And I don't have any worked stones. So this is probably the first worked artifact that I have. And it is a generous gift from Brett. So thank you very much, man. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Glad you like it.
Yeah.
That's pretty archaic.
While we're on the subject of Brett and how awesome he is, no, I'm dead serious. Where is it? I can't find it now. But I'll tell you what, his COA came in a envelope, and that envelope was sealed with a custom wax depressed seal.
Oh, man.
No way.
That's cool.
I kid you not. I looked at it under my magnifier and I'm like, now that's cool. So I got my razor blade and I sliced the, oh, there you are, Brett. Hey, I got my razor blade and I sliced the other side, opened up, took the card out. And yeah, so now I have the seal is still unbroken, but the envelope is open. Yeah, that's a really cool touch, buddy. Top notch.
I will
appreciate
say
that.
buy from Brett. Brett's a good guy. I've bought from Brett before, and I was extremely impressed with his generosity. Give me 1 second to set up, and I'll show you something I got from Brett as well.
Oh, thanks, guys. Making me blush over here.
I'm jumping on the Brett bandwagon too. I lost my dad a couple months ago, and he sent me a tremor to cheer me up.
That's awesome.
Tremor was the guy that was on the SpaceX flight with the two pilots recently. They had one of these guys on there, but he sent me that to cheer me up. So I appreciate it, Brett. Thank you.
That's a
you're very
classy
welcome.
move. Yeah.
Very welcome.
And
Thanks,
that's
guys.
really what we're building here. We're trying to build a community of just, you know, whoever is into collecting. And a lot of the things, like I didn't think that I'd be collecting iron ore shavings and fragments and stuff like that. But you go out there and you can't find anything that you're looking for. You take what's cool.
Take what you get.
Yeah, but actually, Brett goes out there and hunts for artifacts and has been quite successful. And a lot of the people in our group are also, you know, rock hounds and hunters and treasure hunters and stuff like that.
All right, I'm ready to show something off. This is a fragment or a whole stone of Zob. And let me know if the lighting looks okay. I'm kind of trying something new here. If I could zoom in. I'm not sure why I can't zoom in, but
Yeah,
really nice.
The Zoom app restricts that sometimes.
Oh,
Looks
weird.
fresh.
Yeah, it's really nice. Beautiful colored
Nice
crust.
piece.
Zob is the Pakistani fall,
Ah,
witness
Zob.
fall.
Thank you. Yeah.
That's pretty neat. Now, if anyone has their hand up to show something, I will definitely, I'm looking right now and I see no hands.
Well, I don't have my hand up, but I got something I can show.
Okay. Let me just continue on for 1 second, and then I'll come right back to you, Pat, because one of the things I wanted to say, another friend of mine and a friend of the Hangout groups is Sean O'Malley. So he's from Outer Spacer, Sean Mahoney. Now, I got an order from him, a little package from him, and this was included in it. It is a magnet that contains meteorite cutting dust and a really, one of my favorite Carl Sagan quotes. And I just think that is a super cool gift, and the extra expense and time and thought that goes into making something like this and putting it in someone's order. I mean, it does not go unappreciated and it does not go unnoticed. And you know what? You're inspiring me because now I want to do more. I want to give a little something extra in my orders. So, Pat, what you got for us?
Well, so we were talking about worked stuff. These two goodies here, and I'll spin them a little back and forth so you can kind of see the work surfaces on those. Anybody want to hazard a guess what this material might be?
Libyan desert glass.
It is
Libyan desert glass.
It is in fact Libyan desert glass, and I found these two in a antique mall thing here in Sebastopol, and they are very, very early things from the Utah's collection of meteorites.
Really?
Wow.
Yes.
Really?
But
Nice.
they are very, very worked and have a really nice matte stipple on them from being out in the weather for a very, very long time. So they're not recent at all. They're quite old. And back to you, Tober.
Nice. Yeah, I think
Very cool.
I think Art has his hand up, and then we're going to go to Brett after that. So, Art, if you turn your camera on, I'll
Yes,
make sure
sir.
you're awesome.
Okay. All right. What I have here, I got from Roberto Vargas, and it's the Tarda fragment with crust. I don't know if you're able to see this or not. It's so tiny, but I don't want to shine the light in your eyes. But
Arthur, what meteorite was this again?
this is the Tarda.
Oh, Tarda?
Well, yeah, okay. You say it that way, I say it my way. The August 25th, 2020 fall in Morocco.
Gotcha. Yep.
And it's
TRDA.
0.61 grams. It does have fusion crust on it. This would be better, I guess, with my phone rather than my iPad.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll take a separate picture of it and post it on the group site. But I don't want to handle it too much because it's like charcoal. It's C2, and it's the freshest find in my collection.
There you have it. Yeah, less than a month old or whatever. Just
There you
about.
go.
Yeah, 2
There you
months
go.
old, I guess. Awesome. Yeah, Tarda is like the hottest meteorite out there right now. So let me
Kind of
see.
amazing. The surface area, and as light as it is, it just looks like giant pieces. I mean, that over a little bit over 0.6 grams looks like a gram and a half almost or something.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
density is very low. I got mine in the mail yesterday, and in a future hookup, I'll get the microscope and the camera all working to get some much better shots of it. Yeah, the surfaces are amazing. There's incredible iridescence, the tremendous orientation, the little drips off of the edge. It's absolutely beautiful.
Now that we're talking Tarda, I have to find where Brett is because I think his hand went down. But we got Tarda in the house, so I'm going to show you a really super cool gift. I do a lot of, well, I can't use my hand with that, my mouth with this glove on. Okay, so I do a lot of partnering with Juan. Whoops, dang it. There we go. With Juan at Jurassic Dreams. So this is my Tarda 0.4 grams, and this was a gift, kind of like a appreciation gift for us working together on a few things. And let me see if I can get it in a showable way. Wow. You know what? I'm going to end up being more brutal with the glove on than without the glove. So let me just do it like this.
Look at that little bugger.
Gorgeous. Oriented.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a beauty. Look at how fine that rollover lip is.
There you go. I was trying to get that highlighted. You get that rollover lip, and then it actually has, there we go. And you can see the crust flipping over the side.
Yeah, the drips.
Right there.
Yeah. That is a moment, a second, or less than a second in time of going from incandescent flight to dark flight when that feature freezes.
Oh, that's cool.
That is beautiful.
It's got a really super hard lip on it. And you can see my heart rate.
Yeah,
But
that's
yeah,
a beauty.
Just a beautiful oriented, full, I would say it's a complete stone. Wow. We're operating at the limits of my cell phone, guys.
Yeah, another interesting thing that Topher and I learned at the 75th anniversary at the Institute of Meteoritics in University of New Mexico, Albuquerque, is that the water that's on Earth did not come from comets. The oxygen isotope ratios are not right, but these carbonaceous chondrites, which have all the nice amino acids and all those other goodies, they also contain a considerable amount of water. And the current thinking is that water on Earth came from accumulation of carbonaceous chondrites.
Wow. And that is really cool when you also think of the fact that they just said that they measured water on the moon, on some of the shadowy parts of the moon and the south pole of the moon. But I also want to make sure that people keep this in perspective, because we're not talking about frozen lakes that you can ice skate on. And we're not talking about snowball fights and you can build a fort. Literally, the moon has less moisture than the Sahara Desert, but it does have moisture. So we're talking nominal amounts, but in some areas there's more present than otherwise. But just, I mean, I saw some people, not in the meteorite community, posting like, oh, they found water on the moon. It's like, oh, they're all the dreams they had of snowball fights and ice skating. And I'm like, we're talking microscopic level here, guys.
There's a belief that in some of the craters that never really catch the sun on Mercury, there's ice. In some of the deep craters on Mercury, man, imagine that, as close as it is to the sun.
Yeah, and for the moon, we've also demonstrated that some of the craters near the poles that only get grazing sunlight have a visible amount of water. The fact, though, that you could dig a hole and take that material and heat it a little bit and drive the moisture out of it is a big deal for establishing a permanent base on the moon. If you don't have to take your water with you at a few $1,000s a kilogram, even at the cheapest rates, that's a big deal. The other thing too is that you can make rocket fuel out of water. All you got to do is use solar power and split the water into hydrogen and oxygen. So a major discovery. And a really interesting twist to that is that this recently recovered lunar meteorite that shows some aqueous alteration. Now you got to ask, is that because of his terrestrial stay on Earth, or was it from one of those more water-rich parts of the moon?
I'm glad you brought that up, because that was my initial thought when they mentioned the moisture or water content found on the moon was, and I can't pronounce it right now, but there's a new lunar, I want to say Tacita, but it's not. But it's 001, and it's an aqueous what am I trying to say? Changed in its features. So the initial knee-jerk reaction by scientists and collectors alike were, well, it's post-impact feature. It's a terrestrial feature. Water from the Earth made these changes in the moon rock, but the possibility that the water on the moon at a time when it was more abundant made those changes, the rock was then frozen in time and ejected to Earth, is a possibility.
Yeah, and so part of that is that in order to get the kind of aqueous alteration that we see in our carbonaceous chondrites and such, to drive us from a perfect 3.00 down to 2 and down to 1, requires the water to be liquid. And so that throws another angle into the whole mix.
Pat, did they ever find any water molecules in the moon rocks that were brought back by Apollo?
Not that I know of, but all of the Apollo landing sites were chosen with two things that would minimize that. They're chosen to be fairly near the equator of the moon, and they also were chosen to be in the mare geography on the moon. The white part, the north site, is tends to be very, very mountainous. The mares tend to be very, very flat. So for safety and for ease of orbital manipulation, they chose sites near the equator and on the mare.
Thank you.
I noticed that we have Juan with us from Jurassic Dreams. Juan Aviles. Hello, buddy.
Hey, how are you, man?
Doing really well. You missed it by about 5 minutes. I was just I couldn't wait. I was showing off my TARDIS, the Tarda that you got me. Yeah. So I wanted to show my appreciation to you personally. Thank you very much. It was an extremely generous gift for our partnering.
You're welcome, man. You're welcome.
Yeah, I enjoy working with you, and those benefits sure do pay off. But I also have something. I wonder if is he? Yep, Mike Kelly is still with us. Mike, this little bottle came to me with your name on it. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Do you know what that is, Michael?
That would be my little bit.
There you go. That's your Tarda. So I'll send this out to you. And
exciting.
I'll be including with it. And this is going to be something that I think is pretty cool. This is Tarda strewn field sand. And this is extra. I already took my collection sample off. So you'll be getting a little vial full of your Tarda and some Tarda sand, strewn field sand.
Nice. Appreciate it. I when I saw that post originally, I thought of you first. I'm like, man, hope Topher's getting some of that because I know you do the sands.
Yeah, I do collect sands from strewn fields. I don't collect sands from beaches or just, places around the world. If it's from a strewn field or a really beautiful desert or something like that in the NWA, I'll definitely take it. But the great thing about it is all of this is literally pay it forward sand. So if there's someone here who enjoys collecting sand or has never seen Northwest, I see Pat Brown having a conniption. Yes, and Oz. Tell you what, be sure to send me a private message, and on your next order, I'll include some of this for absolute and for sure.
Sweet.
And Kyle, you'll have a bag of this of your own tomorrow. Kyle Josephine.
Yes, and one included. I hope I'm not hurting anybody else's surprise here, but one included some of that sand. And looking at it under the microscope, I just had a couple of minutes before I was getting ready for the call here. It is absolutely amazing under the microscope. Normal beach sands tend to have a lot of fracture lines and such. And the sands in the Sahara area there of Northwest Africa are moving all the time, and that tends to give the grains this beautiful rounded appearance. And the sand is an interesting combination of some very, very clear grains, some more limestone looking sort of grains, and some very interesting smooth little black bits. So I intend to spend some more time sorting through that. And if that's from the strewn field, you know that this thing coming in disrupted fairly high and fairly low and everywhere else in between. So it's quite possible there are some little bits that are important in that sand. How's that for a twist?
Yeah. So, yeah, Juan was very generous in making sure. Excuse me. Juan was very generous making sure that in our orders we got some sand. So I don't want to duplicate anyone, but if you have not had a chance to receive some Tarda strewn field sand, drop me a private message and I'll get it to you for sure. I did want to ask if Brett still wanted to show something because he had his hand up earlier. And then I also see that Kyle has his hand up. So Brett, what you got for us?
Yeah, this isn't meteorite related, but I went on a metal detecting trip in New Jersey, which is about an hour and 15 minutes from me. Was it about a week ago now? I went with my fiance who, lucky enough for me, she enjoys doing it as well, which is
amazing.
Not easy to find.
Yeah.
But I wanted to just show a few things that I found, which
please.
I thought was interesting.
Yeah, because the default subject for today is meteorite hunting. So anything hunted and collected is fair game.
Yeah. Well, so the first thing that we found was a 50 cal.
Wow.
Which is World War II. And the reason why I can I was certain that it is World War II is because they actually used the beach that I was hunting as a target practice area.
Well, that is
World War II. So yeah, and it's
There's
in really
no deformation in it at all.
Yeah,
No,
it's
perfect.
in perfect shape. They must have fired it into the ocean, and then it didn't hit anything, and then it came, and I just grabbed it.
It looked like it was never fired.
Yeah, someone said they thought it was fired. I suck with bullets and guns. I don't know the first thing about it.
Yeah, it absolutely has been fired. You can see, just like somebody else mentioned there, the rifling about where your thumb is.
Yeah.
See the longitudinal lines that don't go straight forward and aft; they go at an angle.
Yeah.
That's, the rifling in the barrel impresses into the copper jacket and imparts a spin, which gives spin stabilization to the round. And
I did not know that.
By the way, too, that is the 50 caliber M2. That is the longest serving gun in any army in any country. That was designed by a fellow named John Browning. It's been in service for well more than 100 years as of now.
Wow.
And what's interesting too is if you compare it to a 30-06, Browning sized up the 30-06 in order to make that.
Yep.
That's neat. Yeah, well, I was real happy when the metal detector just screamed when I found it. So it was interesting because we went from World War II, and then we moved a little bit further down the beach, and then found one of these guys.
Was that a musket ball?
which is a
Yeah.
musket ball. This one here has Craig Zlyman's name on it. I promised him one. So, and then I found a couple more as well.
Sweet.
Wow.
Probably about 0.69 inches in diameter, as that was a very common caliber for Revolutionary War time.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been doing a ton of research to learn a little bit more because, like I said, I don't know the first thing other than what a cap gun is really when it comes to guns, and I know how to fire those off. But so this was probably the coolest, by far the coolest thing I ever found. We moved a little bit further down the beach and got a really good signal, and I couldn't believe what I found, and I'm hoping it's going to show up on the video here, but I don't know if you could see that.
Boy.
How
did that get to that beach?
I have no idea, but
what is it?
It's a Roman coin. You could see I'm trying to see if you can see it. Can you see the face on it in the front?
The obverse detail's not real great, but we can see quite a bit of detail in the reverse. That's somewhere around the year 330 AD.
Wow.
Exactly. I was told it's Constantine the Great, and it was 317 AD. And I really would love to see if I could just get you the front side of it. Let's see. I don't know if it's going to work.
If you have a flashlight or something like that, if you could illuminate it at a very low angle. Oh, we can see the face nicely.
You can see it?
Facing right. Yes.
Yep. Facing right.
And a lot of detail.
I couldn't believe the condition. I mean, the ocean just must have threw it up right at the right time for us. And needless to say, we're going back as soon as possible, probably in a couple of days. In fact, I got the machines right here charging up. Well, I just took them off the chargers, but we're getting ready to head back out.
That's sexy right there.
Very cool.
So that's all I had. I just wanted to show you. I thought it was, this by far will be absolutely the greatest thing I ever find metal detecting. I don't think I'll ever be able to top that. But
that's a mind-blowing find. Yeah. Now, farmer guys metal detect in Germany after the Ensisheim show every year.
Yeah.
And those, my bandwidth is messed up. Those sort of coins are quite common there, but not on a beach in New Jersey.
Not in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. They're very common in other places, but everyone I talk to is like, that makes no sense. So they think it came in off of a shipwreck. I'm talking to someone that deals with ancient coins out of Chicago. That's pretty popular. That's pretty famous. And anyway, that's what they told me. So I was also keeping my eyes out for meteorites, but nothing popped up per usual.
By the way, the denominations of those are not known really all that well, and so there's kind of a short thing that they use. So that one would be an AE3, Alpha Echo 3.
That's interesting. I'll have to write that. I'm going to write that down. You said AE3?
Yep, Alpha Echo 3, AE3.
Great. Yeah, I'm going to do more research because I'm still learning all about it. So far, I know that it's authentic, which was the first thing I was worried about, that it was a fake. But that was
it looks completely right, and they made a bazillion of them.
Yeah.
In all corners of the Roman Empire. If you do a little more work with it, or if you can get some decent photos, I'm far from an expert. I collected ancients when I was in high school, but one of the inscriptions on the reverse down low is the mint mark, and they had mints all over the Roman Empire. And during that period of time, 317-ish, the Roman Empire was very, very far flung. So it would be really interesting to see what mint that one came from.
Yeah, I'll definitely send you more photos. And I also touched them up a little bit, so maybe it'll help. But I also am going to be sending it to that person in Chicago who's going to look at it even further for me. So I'll be able to give you more info on it once I even get that back.
You're
Cool.
not going to remove the patina, are you?
No.
On the coin? No. Yeah.
No, I'm going to leave it just like that.
Excellent, excellent, excellent.
Yeah, I have several coins, and people are like, "I don't understand. You left all like the dirt on it." I'm like, "Yep, I know."
Exactly.
Now,
Yeah.
there are some people who tell you that, especially, you know, as the Roman coins, as they get a little porous, they will tell you to soak it in olive oil. Don't do that.
Yeah.
If you feel like you need to soak it in oil or do something to preserve it, either use mineral oil, or even better, use a museum grade wax like Renaissance wax. But you really shouldn't have to do much of anything to it. It's already lasted almost 2,000 years.
I love it.
Exactly.
Oh, we tell people how to preserve them, you know.
Right.
That's crazy.
But so many people want to put them in olive oil, and the olive oil goes rancid after a short period of time, and they smell bad.
Yeah, I had a little electrolysis system I had set up when I first started metal detecting in my backyard, or not my backyard. I had it set up in my backyard, and my first silver coin I found, I put on the electrolysis, and it was just evaporated to nothing. So that's the end of that one. Last time I did that.
Wow.
That's
Good
how we
work.
learn.
It's nice having a check-in from New Jersey. Now we have a check-in from a little bit further away from Topher Spin Meteorites home base. We have Juan, and Juan Aviles is joining us. And I don't know, are you in Spain? Are you in Morocco? Where are you this week?
I'm still in Morocco because I'm trying to spend the most quantity of time right here because in the coming months the things are beginning to be difficult in Europe also. So I want to send all the most quantity of material to Spain. So I will be here as long as I can. Actually, I'm in Morocco still.
And it was funny, a few days ago, before I left town, you sent me a video. It looked like your house had a river running through it.
Oh yes, I had some problems, some really problems the last week, because right here, the most part of the house, as you can see, my roof is made with wood, and all the walls are only clay. So the problem, if you made a house with clay, if it rains, will be disappear quickly. So the other day I had some problems with the rain that is destroying Tarda and destroying my own house. So
Jeez. It was crazy. Like there was a hole in the wall, and literally like rain and mud was just pouring in. I felt so sorry for you.
yeah, absolutely. So I would like to show you something, because you are talking about huntings, and today I don't have too much meteorites to show, but actually today I meet with one guy that is actually one of the guys that hunt for Agoudal in Ilchil. So I had a really incredible surprise this morning when he comes to me and he says, take a look at what I found some months ago, really close to the place of Agoudal. So I'm going to show you, because right now it's my property and I'm so happy. It's not a meteorite, but I would like to show you. Let me go to. Okay, let me.
Agoudal, Chile.
Okay, Asdim, right here is me, my photographer. So hello.
Hey there. Good to see you.
I'm going to take a look at that.
Oh wow.
Oh my.
Nice.
That's it. This one. Let me. It's close to the Agoudal place, to the Agoudal meteorite hunting place. This is.
Wow.
I'm trying to find exactly what it's, but I'm almost sure that it's a gold coin from the Almohad Caliphate that date from approximately 1100 to 1263. So it's absolutely really old. It's crazy old.
Wow.
Today I'm really happy with this, because seems that all of these are from the same period. That times all the Arabic countries from North Africa was the king also of the mid part of Spain in that time. So
Are square coins normal?
What?
Are square coins normal?
Yes, there are in some parts of history to make it more easy the commerce and the dealings. Began to make some coins in a square form. So it was easy in history times to cut small parts to divide the money. So that is typical in some periods to do coins in a square form.
That is really wild, man. Those are old and cool.
Yeah, so happy today. In Agudal, there is not only iron meteorites, there are also something so cool.
Yeah.
And
I'll tell you, if I was out meteorite hunting and my detector went off and I pulled up one of those, I don't think I'd be that upset. not one bit.
Absolutely.
The gold in the gold coin there is also very, very high carat gold. It has that super rich yellow color.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, I would like to because I'm here, so I'm going to show you some recent acquisitions as every week. I'm going to make you happy for a few minutes. So I will be more than happy to share with you some new acquisitions. Let me where they are the irons, Steve. The irons, the beautiful irons. Oh, right here. Okay, I received I received a new iron.
Oh, beautiful.
It's not classified from the dealer says that it's from Morocco.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
Actually, let me Steve, please put off the sticker. I'm going to this other one. It's also an iron, and probably it's pairing with a grain 003 that is an iron from Niger, from the desert of Niger, and have the structure so well defined.
Oh, yes.
Wow. That's an unusual meteorite.
Wow.
Really?
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, that almost looks like some coat.
Beautiful texture.
Absolutely stunning.
Wow.
Those are.
This is the typical monomic Tektite. I bring a few days ago.
Wow.
You've had a few happy days.
That looks like Dofar 007, man.
Yes, it's really similar. In fact, I must to check because probably this one is already classified, and I don't know. I must to check with the dealer if where is the exact place, and sometimes it's difficult to find out the correct procedence of some materials. So I will try to find out which is this one. Yeah. And I have some big Diogenites.
Oh, Diogenites.
Yeah, Diogenites. Yes.
Beautiful.
So
go back to that drippy iron for a second.
This one?
Yeah, go back to that one for a second, man. I think you can just sit there and turn that for a minute or so. We could just take a look at that because it is remarkable.
Yes.
Look at that.
Deeply regmaglyphed, the gun blue fusion crust. That's actually quite a fresh iron, it looks like.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh my God, that is a beautiful piece, Juan.
Yes, absolutely. I'm so happy today.
You should be.
Don't you dare cut it.
Yeah, no, Juan has too much appreciation to cut that puppy. That one stays as is, doesn't it? Yeah.
So I think that's all that I have for you today.
Awesome. Well, Juan, we love when you check in. We love our global friends. I know it's like 4 o'clock in the morning for you. If I wasn't meteorite hunting the last few days, we were going to shoot a video together, and I'm going to splice the video in on these lives from now on. That way you can kind of get some sleep. So we really appreciate you staying awake and checking in with us every single week, buddy. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Juan, for sharing all those gorgeous things, the coins, the gold coin, the stunning iron, all from the place, from the country.
This is a country of treasures. Every day there is a new thing in the wake, so it's an exciting country. Also tiring sometimes, but it's exciting. Be every day here. We found a lot of different incredible things every day. Every day is like a surprise. So happy to share.
Thank you for sharing.
Somebody say field trip.
Yeah. Hey, and Juan, your background isn't really in meteorites. That's just a new passion for the last couple of years. Your background is actually in paleontology, isn't it?
Yes, actually, my study is geology at the University of Alicante, and I was mainly focused in paleontology. I made a master in paleontology at the University of Madrid, in the Complutense University. So my passion and my real passion actually are the fossils. I'm expert in fossil invertebrates and in some part of invertebrates from Paleozoic. So I work every day more with fossils than meteorites, but from 2 years ago, I begin to work also with petrology. It's an amazing world. So little by little, I'm beginning to change the paleontology for the petrology. Anyway, as all my colleagues we say, all the geologists, we have one part of our earth is for one passion. In my case, is the fossils. But all our earth is in minerals, in rocks, in all the geologic process. So all together, it's part of our knowledge. So I feel happy to work with everything that is related, that have relation with geology.
Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate you going into that. Yeah. All right. Do I see any hands sticking up? One to show. Oh, that's right. I said Kyle, we're going to come to you. Sorry about that.
Let me get this thing turned around here.
And while you're doing that, I'm going to say a greeting to another person joining us from Europe, Alex Folta from Germany. Welcome. Guten Tag.
In the spirit of the hunting and finding and collecting we're talking about, this is some of the arrowheads that I've found in Texas, Oklahoma, and New Mexico. This
wow.
Big scraper right there, guys. I was sitting on a cliff waiting for a bulldozer to come up to cut line. We were doing seismograph back then. And anyhow, I looked down about 5 feet lower, and there's this great big boulder sticking out. And right there on that boulder, that was just sitting there. And my guess is that they were probably just there enjoying the view, scraping a hide with that scraper, and left it there and intend to come back, and then for whatever reason never made it back.
And that's that big white one on the corner?
Yeah. This one right here.
Yeah.
And if you look right here, it's a tiny, well, it's kind of hard to see, and man, this camera's reversed, bird point right there.
Wow.
It's pretty small.
That little bird point is beautiful, and it's one of a pattern that is similar to the Nevada Gate Point.
That was found in southern New Mexico. I mean, Oklahoma or Texas, and then I'm trying to get this thing. It's backwards. It's messing me up. Right here, look at this drill too.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
nice.
yeah.
Now, I don't know if there's any truth to this or not, but I've been told by a couple people that they use this to make arrows with. And that's why I'm here.
Shaving them down, right.
But I have really no idea. You can kind of see.
When you just cut a switch, it's not straight. And so you use a device like that to, shave it down, get rid of the knots and stuff. So it's a cylinder, and then to tweak and bend the thing, heat it and bend it, and heat it and bend it. Well, that's a beauty
Nice
too.
cool marks.
Yeah. No, that this is one of my favorite ones actually, and I really don't know why. It's not the best formed or best shape, but it's pretty big. I mean, look how big it is in the palm of my hand.
And it's pretty material.
I've got some really good ones somewhere else.
What would that have been used for?
The best of the best I kept up in a special place, and it's one of those things where I don't remember where that special place is right now.
What would that big one have been used for?
What's that? This one?
Yeah, what would that have been used for? No,
Okay,
no,
this
the other
one right
one.
here,
Yeah.
I think this is just another scraper, to be honest with you. I don't think it was any kind of point because it's just too big to be bluntly in there. It could have even been a knife, just used to cut like that too.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a big blade you have there. That's nice.
Normally that would be used for something like
And
hide
here's another
scraping.
one that I believe was a knife.
Yeah.
Yeah, and some of ours out west are actually crescent shaped too. But there's an amazing amount that they can learn. And it's funny, they call it a technology, like the Clovis technology.
Right.
The way that those shapes and the way that the ways of working change and move from one tribe to another.
Look at that.
Little bird point.
That little bird point, beautiful.
I found one half that size that was serrated out of obsidian. Just
Yeah,
so
and
delicate.
they out west here, they look at the obsidian with an XRF gun like we do with meteorites, and they've proven where the obsidian came from and the routes along which it was traded and how far inland it was traded and that.
That one looks perfect, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's pretty decent. But like I say, guys, I wish I knew where those other ones were. They may even be in the safe, but I got a really nice Clovis point. I've got one that's made out of quartz that I found just right over here, less than a mile from me, when I was looking for gold at an old gold mine. And it's such a big quartz outcrop. Of course, a lot of times, or almost all the time, quartz and gold go hand in hand. And anyhow, where that quartz outcrop was, just down from it a ways, was a real nice quartz arrowhead. But I'll show you a couple other things while I got you here right quick. Yeah. This is my reloading station for all my guns.
All right.
And then over here is my meteorite cutting and polishing center. And right there is a mean old bass I caught. And here's the safe and my guitar that I can't play.
That's a big old safe.
Oh yeah, no, there's quite the collection in there.
I bet there's some goodies in there.
But no, this is my man cave per se. But
nice.
That's all I had to show for tonight. Next time I'll try to have some meteorites out or something.
Man, that is a lot of personal finds right there, dude. That is a cool collection.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that, man.
Hey,
that's 50 years worth.
Wow.
Yeah.
Preserving the history, that's for sure.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Hey, Ron. How are you today?
I'm doing good. I'm quiet today.
Fantastic.
I got a couple things I just want to show real quick. They're not real fancy. Let me switch my screen here. There. This is a piece of gangan I picked up a little while ago. It's a fine octahedrite. I got this from Blaine Reed, I think, about a year ago. And I really get a chance to show it off, so I just wanted to, show it today.
Gangan is from China?
No, gangan, I think it's from Argentina. It's from Tuba, Argentina.
I do not have that in my collection.
And this is, let me see, 190 grams. And it has, actually, it was formerly owned by Jim Schwade. It's out of his collection.
I love the crust line on it.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite parts. You get part of the outside, the actual
Nice thick
crust.
slice.
But the backside's not so pretty. It's not even polished. It's just cut. But the front shows a very nice Woodmanstone pattern.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then
Well,
real
I love
quick,
right where your finger is right now, and that divot
Here?
where it shows on the front. That makes the slice for me.
yeah, yeah, it's really a nice little slice. I saw that.
Gan.
I thought it's got a beautiful finish on it. It's just like glass. And then the other thing, it's actually a piece of Libyan desert glass I bought years and years ago. My first pieces. I call it my snowball.
That's a big one.
555 grams.
Wow.
Let me focus this a little bit better. Let me see here. Let's see. Oh, it's not reacting. Dagnabbit. Oh no, it's on the wrong camera. That's why. Let's try that.
You got in
That might work better.
when the getting was good.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this was, let me see, Libyan Desert Glass. This one is from, yeah, there it is. Now this one, when I saw it, I actually got it off eBay. They had tinted the picture yellow. It's actually white. So, yeah, this is, it's just a purchase off eBay. But yeah, those little speckles right there, that's the original meteorite. Is there little brown specks in there?
Is that the original meteorite, or is that unmelted sand?
Well, they tell me it's supposed to be part of the original meteorite. It could be sand. I don't have any way of telling.
Mm-hmm.
But it's huge.
Wow.
You know, it's just gigantic. Let me just check the weight on that just to make sure.
And correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm sure Mike Kelly will. They have not found the impact crater or what caused it.
They've never found the impact crater.
Airburst. Yeah, there were speculation that it was kind of like an airburst.
Oh yeah. Wow. I couldn't believe how white this was. I mean, most of the Libyan desert glass is, either yellow or greenish or brown. This is almost pure white. I actually took the picture that I got off eBay and actually color corrected it to the proper color. I like these little holes that get drilled in, just natural. So I just want to show that off. It's got a nice kind of smooth, almost a soapy finish to it.
Yeah, sometimes the Libyan desert glass actually feels waxy to the touch.
It does. It does feel waxy. This is one of the pieces I take when I was doing my outreach programs at elementary schools. I would take this into the classes and show the kids what what natural glass looks like. So this is my bigger piece. I do have a small one I showed a couple of weeks ago. But that's what all I got.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I just love this piece. It's just
when you think of the energy it took to create that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Wow. Hey, let me see here. Mike Kelly, I gotta find it. You just jumped. Everyone's jumping around. There you are. All right, Mike Kelly, what do you got for us today, man?
Just real quick, us East Coasters didn't have a Franconia, but a couple of us got together and hit up Herkimer. So that was
the Herkimer diamond
from Sunday.
Yeah,
ended up hanging out with Roberto and Raymond Borjas, and the kind of the tie-in with meteorites was in the gift shop. I had these. This was in a pile of 869s.
What?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Crazy. Spectacular little shield.
They have no idea.
Yeah. 869, 45 cents a gram, and here's the kicker.
Oh my God.
Slang.
What provenance.
Good provenance.
So there's a second one I pulled. This one's not as good as the first one, but you see it's a nice little nose.
Still a pretty 869.
Yeah, it was good.
First one, man, that's like $3 a gram right there, rather than 40 cents a gram.
And then
that is a beauty.
You know, yeah.
Oh, look at those.
So, and then of course, if you you go hang out with Roberto, you know, you gotta pick up something else meteorite related if you're going. So wrong one.
Oh, I was gonna say what?
If you so I got a little one to join the one I got from Juan there, a little button.
Right.
So I'm very much looking forward to that box, Topher, because I also got the Aguizarchus from you, from the hammer. So that'll be a very nice nice carbonaceous box coming.
Yeah, a little box of carbon. Man, now are those all your Herkimers for this weekend?
Yeah, that was from one large sofa-sized boulder. So that all came out of there.
And is that a fluorite in the middle there, the cubic crystal?
This one?
Yeah.
Is actually it's a Herc, and it's got an odd shape, and it actually had another crystal inside the vug that sat there with point in and left a nice little divot that works perfectly for holding a scale cube.
That
right.
yellow Herkimer is beautiful. What's up with that one?
Yeah, that one's just you know, it's just I guess there was something in the liquid when it formed up, and that one's actually really cool because I don't think I'll get it on the video here. There's a little anhydro in there with a little bit of carbon material in there that free floats and moves around in there.
So that must be more unique than the clear ones generally, right?
I guess. I mean, there are other yellow ones out there. I saw a couple other ones that people found. So they're there. You know, I think the anhydros are kind of the cool part to it.
Wow, what a beauty!
See a little bit in there, floating there with the speck. So.
Yeah. So while we were striking out at Franconia, you were rolling in diamonds. Awesome.
But yeah, everyone from the group went home with something. So you know, if anyone's ever on the East Coast, come hang out.
Yeah, we have a East Coast squad and a West Coast squad. So
No doubt.
and Stephen Amera is the hunter.
What's up, my brother? How are you? I'm so sorry.
Amera in the house.
What's up, Steven?
Yeah, when we're talking about hunting, meteorite hunting or treasure hunting in general, we have been graced with the presence of the mighty Amera, the fighter of Barnstable, the largest Massachusetts. There it is.
Yep.
That is the largest Massachusetts main mass ever.
Hand for scale.
That is amazing.
And that wasn't found in the desert. That was found in the forest.
Yeah.
In the forest.
And it wasn't his first time out. He goes out every single day at lunch. Like you leave him alone for 5 minutes and his eyeballs are on the ground with a flashlight.
Yeah, Stephen, we were thinking about you when we pulled into the campsite. It was like, yeah, if Amara was here, he'd be out there stepping on cactuses with his flashlight.
Oh, I would have loved to have been there, guys. You know, I would have.
And I honestly think that if you were there, we probably would have found something.
Probably, yes.
Well, you know, I'll get there very soon with you guys. I promise.
Yeah, awesome. We're glad to have you join us on the Hangout, man. But yeah, when it comes to meteorite hunting kings for the U.S., I'm going to go ahead and say Amera is right up there with royalty for the Barnstable discovery. Just top notch, man.
Thank you so much, Topher. I really appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
and I really miss you guys. It's been a crazy year.
And what I just heard too is even more bad news. Tucson show is pretty much officially dead in the water.
God.
Yep.
I know.
Yeah.
Well,
Can I still come and visit you guys? Can we meet up?
The convention center show is done.
Anyone can come and I got a spare bedroom as long as you don't mind sleeping with a microscope. You're welcome.
What about the show in Quartzite? Hope you know anything about that.
No word on Quartzite yet.
No Quartzite.
No word on quartzite yet.
Oh, no word on it.
Yeah,
I mean,
the
what-
quartzite show is more fragmented, and it's not just a gem and mineral show. I went through there on the way down last time, and my gut says that it probably will be open.
It's all
Probably a good place to catch a case of COVID. But the in Tucson, the Tucson Gem and Mineral Show, TGMS, the main show, is officially canceled. The small shows, pre-shows, I think there's some of them that are still talking about being on, but I think with there not being any international travelers, especially nobody from China, and for us, our Northwest Africa people are not going to be there. But a lot of the stock that they sell gets shipped into Tucson many months ahead of time, and the stock from one year gets carried over to the next. So I think you probably will be able to buy meteorites there. I doubt Ishmaeli will be there, but hopefully somebody will be there with his stuff.
Oh man, I hope.
So it's going to be significantly smaller than it was.
Yeah.
And
I'm very depressed about it.
Not going to see the big dollar, folks.
I mean, I'm in touch with a lot of mineral guys, and I know that some of the local folks are going to go down there and just keep their hotel room. So the whole hotel might not be a showcase, but if they've already reserved a room, they're gonna open up and they're gonna try and let people know. Like a lot of the fluorescent guys that I know are going.
Yeah,
but guys that fluoresce.
The big fluorescent exhibit, have they officially delayed it a year, or does it go out of rotation, or what?
I have a showcase going in there, and they're just moving it to 2022.
Okay, good.
Everything's going to shift a year.
Okay.
Let's talk about something a little bit more fun for a second. Pat, I'm going to go to you.
Okay, so
you have our meteorite of the week.
Yes, and before that, I'm going to tease you a little bit more.
Oh, okay.
So here's my big obligatory hunk of Libyan desert glass, and on one side it has the more normal surface that I think is the natural Libyan desert glass surface. And this is like the Tektite thing. This is one of these things that we don't really know. There's been a lot of modeling done, and looking at trace materials, elements in the area. And I think there's a pretty good story for about a 1,400 foot airburst of a very friable meteorite. Think Burbol, and that dumping in enough heat to melt the sand on the surface. But so it starts out with this fairly matte sort of finish, and then it becomes kind of the poster child for event effect. So you can see a lot of the what look like fake regmaglyphs,
windblown effects.
Yeah. That's just polishing from that sand. And then I did metal detecting for a long time before I got into, well, actually overlapped considerably with getting into meteorites, but this one is my oldest find. I used to do a lot of business in Pennsylvania, South Central PA, and there weren't any hotels in that area, so I stayed at a B&B, and the older couple that had this house that was it was a stage stop, horse stop sort of place, had a tavern in the front room for a while, and when they redid the heating system, they scooped all the dirt out of the tavern and said it was like handfuls of large cents. But this one came out of the yard. Yeah, handfuls of large.
That's amazing.
It was
that's a King George?
This one is actually an English coin. This is a King George III from 1773, English halfpenny, and it's pretty nasty and corroded. But by illuminating at a very, very low angle, I was able to read the 1773 date on it, and
that's beautiful.
There's pretty much nothing left at the backside. But I actually won Find of the Month and Find of the Year for 93 or 94 with this coin, and so it was all good fun.
That's pretty cool.
So
I think somebody in one of the groups just found another King George just within the last week, didn't they?
That was Steven.
This is it right here.
I was thinking so.
Hold on, let me try to shine some
man.
good light on it. So this is King George II,
Oh yeah, I can see it. See the head.
and I found this the other day on my lunch break. Within like 15
I told you he's always looking.
It's really not in good shape. It's pretty hammered and bad condition. But given that it's King George II, this is the date on this it's probably approximately 280 years old, give or take. I'm so sorry about the lighting, guys. This is the first time I've participated in Zoom meeting, but it's probably 1730. In the back, it's really indistinguishable, but the bust is still in somewhat recognizable shape.
Yeah.
And then the other one that I found recently was 1851. That's in
Markson,
pretty
nice.
decent shape.
Yeah, that's in good
nice.
condition. The Liberty is
Nice
probably
large
readable.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's in pretty good condition. Let me see if I can show you the backside here. Yeah, the backside. I mean, it's distinguishable, but I just don't have the right lighting on it right now.
Yeah, you can see the wreath.
Yeah, it's there. It's there. So this guy, I got permission on his yard to hunt it. We were basically going every. I gave him all the relics. And we were just like swapping between me getting a coin, my girlfriend getting a coin, and him getting a coin. So me and my girlfriend were kind of making out, but we're all getting coins. We were getting silver, and then come my turn, I lucked out and I dug up that beautiful 1851 large cent,
Mm-hmm.
and it was really cool. Where was I going with that there? Oh, so he picks up the coin. I'm like, man, you're not gonna believe it. This is a 1851 large cent, and he takes it and he starts scratching the back with his fingernails, and all the details disappeared. Kind of, but it's still a very nice coin. I'm very happy to find it.
Yeah.
Oh, can I show you a couple other things?
Well,
Yeah, sure.
Let me finish up with Pat for a second. We'll come right back to you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, it's fine if you want to stay with Stephen there. Whatever
No,
you
that's
want.
okay. Please continue on, Pat. I'm
You know
sorry.
what, Pat? We're gonna go with a VIP. We don't have Stephen Amera weekly, so we're just gonna stick with him. Any Amera time is valuable time.
Yeah, go for it, Stephen.
Thank you, brother. I miss you guys. I'm telling you.
We miss you too.
Yeah. So I was invited, and I know it was kind of last minute to hunt Weston with Roberto and gang.
Wow.
And, Raymond
Nice.
Borges, but I couldn't make it. I couldn't make it this weekend, unfortunately.
Oh.
And on Sunday they went and hunted Herkimer diamonds, and the irony was there's one store in Cape Cod that's a rock shop. There's technically two, but one of them's like somebody's home, and you can't just go there on a weekend day. So Saturday, I visited this rock shop, and I was really excited because a lot of people had posted like nice reviews about it. And I get there, and the place is like the size of a shed, and there's minerals all over the windows everywhere. So I'm like, it's going to be loaded. you know. And I go in there and I start scanning through the shelves, and of course I'm looking for meteorites, you know, because there's always that chance. And I get to this one shelf, and I find a little vial of Campo de Cielo, and then I'm like, oh, this is really cool. And the owner walks in, and I mean, I knew that vial was there, Campo de Cielo, but I was like, do you guys happen to carry some more meteorites? And right as I'm grabbing this box right here, I turn it, and I'm like, oh my god,
oh, henberry.
Yeah,
there's a little henberry there. And I mean, it's not significant, but I was so pleased to see a little rock shop in Massachusetts with some meteorites in it, so I purchased it. It was $30.
No
I
kidding.
don't know, it's like a little henberry, but I was really proud of her for having some meteorites. And she also had multivite earrings, and she had a Gibeon watch and some other jewelry. So it was just really cool. And I was asking her about her experience with meteorites, and she's like, well, about maybe a few years ago, or she could have been talking about a decade ago, I had this 26-pound iron meteorite, and it was sculpted just like an eagle. You should have seen this thing. Its head was like curving, and it had the wings and everything. And she's describing it to me, and I'm going, "Oh my god! Tell me this meteorite's here." And she gets to the end of the story, and she's like, "Yeah, the Bridgewater Geology Society or something like this. The guy who runs the program, he bought it from me." I was like, "Do you mind me asking how much he bought it for?" She was like, "Oh, I think it was like $3,000."
Oh
my
Jesus.
God.
Yeah.
A 29-pound iron. Yeah.
And to be sculpted like that, I mean, there's very few irons. She was claiming that it was Argentina, but you know, to be sculpted like that, it's got to be somewhere like in the at least Gibeon territory.
Yeah, the campos that are I've you know, over the decades I've seen some oriented campos, but they're thick. They're not you know, beautiful, skinny, great surface sort of thing. They're pretty thick.
You know, I bought a Campo Las Palmas, what they claim is another meteorite away from Del Cielo, and it's a lot more sculpted than the Cielos. The one I have is way more sculpted. It's, you know, it's not real big, but it has more features to it.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
cool.
well, sometime in the future here, when I get all this figured out on one of my tablets or something, I'll do the meteorite hangout from downstairs where the 151-pound Gibeon is. I'll let you guys drool over it.
Oh wow!
151 pounds. Good Lord.
Hey, so then I got to tell you one more thing about that, about the store. Okay, so I was in there, and I was telling her, I'm like, yeah, all my friends are in. They're up at the Ace of Diamonds mine, hunting for Herkimer diamonds. I think it's called Ace of Diamond Mines. Am I correct, Michael?
Ace of Diamonds, yeah.
Ace of Diamonds. So
Yeah, Ace of Diamonds.
I was like, do you happen to have any Herkimer diamonds? And she has a pile on the counter. And then she's like, come over here, look at this. And she pulls out this rock first. And I see that. And it was just real.
Nice.
It's in there.
Trying to get the focus right. But I mean, it's really in there. And she showed me a couple different examples of the Herkimers on the stones that are embedded. And the first one really made an impression on me. So she's like, you know what, just take it. So it was cool. I got, even though I didn't get to hunt, I got a meteorite and I got a Herkimer diamond.
Wow, way to rub it in. Thanks a lot.
That's a win.
And a Riker box.
Yeah. Yeah, we love when you join us.
I'm sorry.
At
No, it was great.
a total expenditure of $30. Nice job.
And I got a rocket geology book too. That was really cool.
Ooh, nice.
Was that for free also?
No, it was $10. But it has all the identification. It has all the harnesses, all the characteristics, all the streak tests for like all different, every different mineral that you could possibly think of. It was a really cool book.
Well, springtime, we'll go hit Herkimer together, and you'll realize what the hardness of dolomite is.
I can't wait. I heard you're using that big sledgehammer. I can't wait.
16-pound sledgehammer, and I got to find a 20.
You broke an 8-pounder, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. I sheared the head off the 8-pounder.
Oh. Nobody was.
That's how hard that stuff is.
Nobody was downrange when the head came off of the handle. Where?
Yeah, no. Luckily that was early in the morning, and the rest of the crew hadn't arrived yet.
Okay, good. Because that could turn out badly.
Yeah. I realized something. I've only gone meteorite hunting like 6, maybe 7 times in my life. But I'd like to introduce you to a VIP, Kevin Witts, everyone. The only human I've hunted with 3 times in my life. So
nice.
I just want to call you out for that. You're the only one that's hunted with me 3 times and struck out all 3 times. No, we got.
I am not good luck for you.
Well,
guys, it's the experience.
One of them we were going after Glendale, which was a single stone. So no harm, no foul on that one. Holbrook, I think we both got a little something, but Franconia frankly sucks.
We found Glendale though. We found a badass coyote skeleton though. That was cool.
Yeah, that was cool. Pat, why don't we finish up with you real quick? I also want to make sure that we get the guess the weight in.
Righto. Okay. So I don't know if Amara saw them or not, but these are Libyan desert glass that have been worked. And
wow.
Found those in an antique mall in Sebastopol, which is about, I don't know, 8 or 10 miles from here. And they came with a very, very early Utah's collection of meteorites card. So this is probably very pre-PhD days. Okay, so the meteorite of the week is probably an L3 or maybe L4. This is kind of the outside here. But we were talking some time ago about shock features in meteorites. And normally we see them as a shock vein, as just a line through a slice. But this one is a really nice example of slickensides. Let me grab the other little light here, and if I can do this right and hold my tongue just right. Weird, we're getting some sort of weird stroboscope action, but you can see the texture. So this surface is all slick. There's a little step right here, and then that surface is slick, and you can see a dark coloring or dark coating there. So that was definitely part of that. Oh, actually, it looks great without extra light.
You can see it very well.
It does.
Yeah.
It looks like it sheared right off.
Yeah, so that's slickensides. So this one is gonna, once I get my new vise, which was supposed to be here today, but I guess it's going to be here tomorrow. And even for you married guys, got to tell your wives, can't have too many vices. So when I get the new vise to be able to clamp this baby properly, I'm going to slice this thing up like a loaf of bread. And so L3 or L4.
That shocked side right there, that slickenside, that
Yes.
would be basically an entire planar shear, basically off of the slickenslide, right?
Yes.
Another part of the rock sheared directly off of that based on the shock effect, the shock event.
Exactly. And then if you look at the rest of the stone, it has very angular faces. So, you know, as we, this is probably outside of the meteorite because it has sort of a curved look to it. But this face is very angular. That face is very angular. And of course, the slickenside face is very angular. So, you know, all of these things start out in the asteroid belt, and they whack into each other, change their orbits enough that they get into an Earth crossing orbit. It's the only way we get them here. And so this is one that disrupted as it was coming in through those weak, cracked areas. But this one is a particularly good example of slickensides.
Nice. Well, I put my guess
Put me down for a
in.
slice.
I see we got John Higgins, we got Matt Stream. Nice. Everyone throw your guests in there, and Pat will send you the meteorite for free.
Yeah.
Hey,
That's a good one.
Art has had his hand up for a while. Are you ready for me to come to you, buddy?
Yeah. I got a Herkimer, a rather large one that's called the Goonie.
Oh my.
Wow. Jesus.
Holy
And
cow.
it's got the attachment of the Dolo stone to it. And it also has some yellowish coloring to it. But there's also an area with a rainbow effect in it. And I don't know if that's going to show up on the camera. But no, I guess we're not going to really get the rainbow. But the rainbow effect is supposed to be due to petroleum. So
beautiful.
How
But
much does that weigh?
I got a few like this. I had two claims at Diamond Acres in Mohawk County, Fonda, New York, for 3 years. And I got a lot of druzy, I got a lot of clusters, I got a lot of unusual Herkimers, probably somewhere in the neighborhood of over 2,000.
Wow. Jesus.
So people keep asking me if I want to sell them, and I tell them, no, I don't sell them, but if I have people that are very interested, I can give them away, and I give them a lot away to the kids.
That's amazing. That's
Wonderful.
great.
Yeah.
We're here at the Meteorite Crew. We're all about outreach and education, and you know that's one thing that we do here. We're enjoying ourselves, but we're also creating a knowledge bolide to put out there on YouTube for everyone to ingest true meteorite science and up-to-date reporting right from the field. So we're very fortunate to have a really good crew. So at this time, I'd like to just stop and say, hit the like and subscribe button down below. All right, done with the housekeeping. Coming to the wild man himself, Mr. Cameron Smith. And if anyone else has anything they'd like to show, please raise your hand because we're running low on time and I want to make sure we get to everyone. Cameron, go for it, buddy.
You're gonna want to pause it because I got a screen share.
Okay, I only want to show you something to say bye-bye.
That is a
This is
3.5
an ordinary
kilo.
OC?
The other day.
Oh, he's got a twin brother.
Yeah, that seems to be for the same fall. It's like 15 kilos or something like this. It's not too much beautiful, but it has some brain magnetic and you know to make exercise every day.
Yes.
That's awesome.
That's all.
Right on. Juan, we love your sense of humor, buddy, and thank you for joining us all the time, every single week. Definitely appreciate it. Anyone else have something to show? I think O'Mara has his hand up.
Steven.
Go for
I
it.
got something, guys. Excuse me. Let me see how I turn my camera around here. Can I turn my camera around? Oh yeah. All right. So this is a collection piece that I've been waiting to complete, and although it's not a huge specimen, let me spin it around here. Part of this kit, I would say, part of this kit, for lack of better terms, is acquired from Topher Spinato.
Hey now.
Wow.
Oh, I know
So
what that
this
is.
right here is Park Forest with a piece of the windshield of a car that it hit.
Nice.
So this Park Forest slice came from Larry Atkins, and then this beautiful card came from I purchased this from Topher, and look at all this cool information that came with it.
Provenance, 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 baby.
Nice.
They do.
Provenance, provenance, provenance. The whole story and everything.
Congrats.
And that little slice of Park Forest is something I just acquired. So
Cool.
it's tiny, and it was on eBay for months and months and months, and I just wanted to have the complete set. When Topher offered me this windshield fragment, it was just something that I thought was phenomenal, and it came with all this, and I had to have it, and no regrets there, because
Nice.
I
Yeah,
just feel like Park Forest is such a beautiful special meteorite. I love these brecciated chondrites, so it's awesome.
And the Kansas Meteoritical Society or Meteorite Society, they do a really nice job with their cards.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I
their,
mean,
their documentation is really second to none as well. Awesome. Thanks.
it's just beautiful. They did do an excellent job.
Yeah, right on. Well, I'll tell you what, let me try something real quick. All right, guys, we are about cutting out for the week. I definitely appreciate everyone joining us today. But before we go, we actually have the announcement today of the weight of today's meteorite. Pat Brown, take it away.
So the meteorite of the week, although there's no real prize other than bragging rights, the meteorite of the week weighs 1,514.02 grams. So Juan is the closest with an error of 54.02 grams.
Wow!
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Juan!
That is awesome.
He's a
Nailed it.
professional for a reason. He's got a good eye.
Yeah, you have bragging rights for the next week. So congratulations. Everyone, thanks for joining us. Please join us next week and have fun hunting all kinds of treasures around the globe. Thanks, guys.
Good night.
Thank you.
Good job, Topper.
See you guys.
Topher, great seeing you, man.
Yeah,
Take
you
care.
too, Mara.
Better luck in Franconia next time.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, guys.
Take
Bye
care.
bye.
Later.